Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, welcome back with me, Chyntia Wulandari. Now I will continue to read this book. If that is so, how do we account for the emergence of flashes of ideas and inspiration that seems a mystery even to ourselves? And what do we make of those people who are seemingly able to penetrate the thought of others and read what is in their hearts as if an open book? Those whom we refer to as physics and telepathic. These things are a mystery indeed. As to this universal consciousness, where does it arise from and how? And if it resides in every living and non-living in this universe, in all matter, did it come before or after the existence of that matter? Not unlike the idea of a soul that a human is supposed to possess. Does the soul exist only after the physical birth of that individual, or does it exist prior to the existence of the physical body in the realm of pure consciousness? Many religions, of course, are convinced that the soul is eternal while the physical body is temporal, and suggest the universal consciousness is the true home to which the soul comes back to after its brief sojourns on this planet. And there is great comfort to us in the idea that there is an eternal home that we are part of, and that our short life on this earth is not the destiny that we are condemned on. That we are simply souls residing in a human body, and once we leave our physical self, we return once more to great universal consciousness where our Maker resides. But if that is the case, what is the nature of this consciousness? And does this consciousness bow to the law of physics? Or does it exist outside the law of physics, having its own law, not unlike the quantum law of physics, where everything is possible in the realm of the probable, and where all things can be both a particle and a wave, depending on whether there is an observer or not. Perhaps this observer is the source of this universal consciousness, the enigmatic entity that can transform that wave into a particle, causing what is a probability into material existence, the spirit in the heart of a physical reality. So that not only is this consciousness not separate or external to our own and to the entire context of the universe, but it is the essence underlying all existence itself. It is this consciousness that gives rise to all matter that exists, and all matter in existence is merely an expression of this universal consciousness, like a vibration that produces the sound of music. Perhaps consciousness is best described as a vibration, and the universe and everything that is in it, whether visible or non-visible, are simply different manifestation of different rates of vibrations, so that what separates the stone from the water or a color from the smell is just a speed or the strength of the vibration within these things. This vibration also exists within us, in every cell of our body, in the breath that goes in and out of our lungs, in the beat of our heart, and in the thought that passes through our mind. In moments of silence, when we quieten our body and mind, stilling the self within, we might just find that we too can connect with this vibration inside us, not a vibration that is limited by our narrow ego, but with this universal vibration. And for a moment, our consciousness is merged with this universal consciousness, like tuning into a channel on the radio. Thus, perhaps, what we think of as flashes of inspiration, a light going off in our head, moments of revelation, and are actually those rare and precious times when we relive for a moment from our physical and mental activities, manage to plug into a great universal socket and tap into that infinite reservoir of wisdom and knowledge that have existed long before we existed and will continue long after are we gone. Sleeping and dreaming. Why do we sleep? And more importantly, why do we dream? Every night for every day of our life we go to sleep. If we are lucky, we can get a solid 7 hours of sleep. If we are not, perhaps just few hours, in which case we will at some point suffer from this lack of sleep and we will need to make up for those lost hours of sleep before we feel whole again. There are many reasons why we need to sleep, and scientists have written a lot of papers on this subject. The simplest explanation goes like this: the body needs to rest after all, and do some kind of internal housekeeping to make sure that physically we function well as a human machine, replacing the old parts with the new, healing the parts that are sick, and keeping our being healthy and generally in good working order. And this goes for all living creatures. I know my cats spend most part of the day sleeping, even though they don't seem to be doing much by way of work. In this state, we have no control of our sick physical body. As a matter of fact, it is the most dangerous time for us, as it leaves us vulnerable to enemies and predators. So from an evolutionary perspective, the need for sleep can also be a disadvantage, if not deadly, in a world where vigilance is the root of survival. But sleep must be beneficial for all animals on a biological and even from evolutionary point of view. Otherwise, we would not put ourselves through this debilitating state. Indeed, after a good night's sleep, we invariably wake up fully rested and ready to face the world with plenty of energy and a cheerful disposition. Deprived of sleep, however, we find ourselves out of sorts, moody and unable to think clearly or do anything well. We are also often tired and prone to illnesses, both physical or mental. If we go through life without sleep long enough, at some point we may even lose our reason. But when we sleep, we also dream. In most cases, during our sleep, we go through a cycle of dreaming and non-dreaming stages. Most dreams we don't remember, but those that wake us up, or the dream we have as we are about to wake up, sometimes can be quite vivid and memorable, especially when they are scary nightmares or particularly bizarre. Animals dream too. I have seen how my cat twitch and move in her sleep, which I assume is when she is dreaming, but only we humans can talk about it and wonder as to the cause. Again, scientists have also done a lot of research on why we dream, though the explanation is on the whole is still shrouded in a lot of mystery. So, why this need for dreaming? Maybe we dream in order for our brain to process and make sense of all the things that happened to us on that day, like a sort of tidying up or our clutter, laying up of our clutter so that we can focus on what's important and get rid of the junk. Dreams can help us solve our problems, confusions, and uncertainties, as seen in the expression to sleep on it. When we need help in putting our thoughts in order and have better judgment on our decision. They say that dreaming can also speed up our learning process and help us grow. That's why babies sleep a lot. Not because they are tired, but because coming into this world, they have a lot of learning and absorbing of their environment to do. Some also say dreaming helps to make us more creative. Some original idea and solution can crop up during those hours when we put our thinking cap to sleep and allow unfiltered imagination and image to run riot. They also say that in dreams we can let loose those suppressed desires that are just too weird and impractical to act out on our waking day-to-day life. After all, during this hour when reason literally sleep, we can experience being anything and anybody and in whatever situation we find ourselves in our dream.